All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Good Show, episode 46. Here we're getting into the Dota 2 section of the show, and we got Bruno.
I'm back.
Yes. Welcome back,
up,
Bruno.
man?
You missed me?
Yes.
Always.
Thank
you.
Always. How you doing? You doing good?
Good.
Nice.
Same as 1 hour ago.
This is 1 hour ago.
Well, I mean,
that's a relief. I thought you might have
developed.
nothing worse than an ear infection.
Yeah, that would suck.
I hear like in Argentina you can even like die from an ear infection.
You can die from a fever in Argentina.
Yeah.
The hot climate makes it
It is
more
really tough.
something environment for bacteria.
Yeah. Also, they say that if you live in the mud and dirt, you're more immune to some of the stuff. So.
But they got a lot of like fucked up shit down there, don't they?
Yeah. I used to eat these. There are these bugs that turn into a ball. I don't know the.
Roly-polies.
Yeah.
Potato bugs?
Yeah, I used to eat those. When
You know,
I was
those are
young.
actually crustaceans, not insects.
Yeah, because they have so many legs that they probably can't be.
I mean, I don't know. I think a centipede is still an
Yeah, a
insect.
centipede or a millipede might
Are
have
they?
something to say
Yeah,
about
that
that.
makes sense.
Yeah.
But, arachnids-
Maybe the same family?
I mean, arachnids are insects. It's like a subcategory.
Arachnids are not insects.
Really?
No, they are not insects.
Yeah, all right, let's get shit back on the road.
The History Channel.
I probably used to know that.
National Geographic.
Exactly.
I was watching a lot of National
You recommend
Geographic,
any
actually.
recipes, Bruno?
I watched
little
one
lemon zest,
Yeah.
you know?
Excuse me.
talking about the National
no, yeah,
Geographic.
that's right.
I'm watching.
What were you watching on National Geographic?
One was about Afghan lions, and then
That's cool.
one about cocaine smugglers from Colombia.
Like African American lions?
No, wait, what did I say? No,
American lions.
Afghan snow leopards.
Politically correct way of saying
Okay.
black
I don't
lions.
even know. I'm in like James mode where I'm just completely fucking brain dead. So we can start the Dota segment, I think.
Okay, thank you.
It's a permanent state for me, so I don't really know.
No,
the
well,
difference.
usually the first hour of the show you've got together pretty good.
No, I just remember walking into your room the other day, and I hear a British voice saying, "And it's fascination with dung. It's obsessed. And it's a dung beetle rolling
yeah,
down.
well,
That's
that's,
sad, dude."
That was normal, but it was just the fact that he caught you. You know, we were like, "There's better things there."
All right, kicking off the Dota segment here. DreamHack Summer.
Sorry.
I think
big
we were
surprise.
muted for most
We're
of
gonna
that
talk
anyway,
a little bit about
so
that.
it's okay.
You excited?
I'm
Looking
excited.
forward to it.
It will be
Am
my
I
first...
muted, by the way, Trent?
No, not anymore.
You were.
You were.
Why was I muted?
I don't know.
Huh?
You're not?
So why was I?
I don't know.
You should answer me properly, Trent.
You're interrupting Bruno. He was about to say something really interesting.
What was I saying to interrupt him?
I don't know. Bruno, go on.
My head hurts.
DreamHack Summer. Yeah, go on.
DreamHack Summer.
Fucking
I'm
headache.
super excited. Well, I was before all this
Yes.
banter, and now I'm not excited anymore, but I will be
That
soon.
kind of happens.
Again, in 1 minute after this is over. 16 teams, LAN event, one of the biggest, if not the biggest LAN event in the world. I don't know how they measure that, but they do seem to.
Well, I mean,
I think it's the number of
Guinness
PCs.
record.
Actually,
Okay.
you know?
So, in terms of PCs, at least,
Definition of LAN, isn't it?
and probably as everyone keeps telling, it's one of the most heartfelt LANs where you actually feel that you're in there with the crowd or whatever. It's
Damn fucking straight.
Yeah, so I'm eager to see that. I'm also eager to see lots of teams from pretty much every team from the Western scene that has been either invited to TI or has done well in the qualifiers are there. We'll see all the 3 American teams will be there. We'll have EG, Team Dignitas, and Team Liquid. We will also have, of course, fan favorites Alliance, which right now are playing, and they decided to play a 5 milli. I'll go back to that later, but they're playing a 5 milli lineup with Timber, Soul Tusk, and
So where are they
Spring
playing?
Break. Infernity, EST. It's just not very good.
Oh, wow. They're really
they're
taking a
a
big-
risk.
They're disrespecting.
What tournament is that?
EMS.
Some group stage that, yeah.
No, it's the
Oh,
it's the last
the
cup.
cup.
The last cup. Yeah.
To be honest, I'd be a little bit insulted if I was the other team.
Well,
Because I'd want to
honestly,
see
yeah.
how good I was versus the team when they bring that lineup.
Well, the thing is that they already played one game before, I think.
And it was probably a normal match then.
Well, it
First
was
one.
just 8-minute Raxes.
Well,
Ah,
they
okay.
picked Tuskar because every single hero since the patch
Yeah.
has been picked except for Tuskar, and so it's like, ooh, la-di-da, now every single hero
it's
has
really
been
funny,
picked.
yeah. I had lots of stats now, and I had to throw them away. Thank you, Alliance, because they're obsolete. But yeah, they're picking a crazy lineup. I'm sure that they're doing fine right now. But also, of course, every other team, we have Navi, of course, coming. This is their last LAN before actually going to China, where they will play the Alien World Cup, as you probably heard from us last week. and it's going to be super exciting.
Can I see the team list again? Of
course.
Is Empire there?
No,
Empire is
there.
not there.
No, okay.
Empire is not there.
I think the notable.
In fact,
Empire
I think some of the players from Empire will be going to play BYOC,
Yeah,
and they
because I got messaged by Twister.
yeah.
I just read it. Didn't have time to handle it, and he was like, "Oh,
Yeah, I was talking to Sig.
Yeah." So I was like, "Oh, are you coming?" Yeah, but that's cool.
Yeah,
Ooh.
they were talking,
Ooh.
Interesting developments. Okay.
sharing.
Or trying
notes.
to.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if they've finalised their travel and sleep arrangements.
So
We'll see.
Yeah, we will.
But
I
that's
thought
it.
Twist is really bad though.
Oh,
I mean, that's what
he
everyone
didn't
kind
have
of
the-
tells me.
It's-
Like, I
He
mean,
didn't
I
have the
don't.
greatest performance, certainly,
No.
at the
The
qualifiers.
But
Mitch-
maybe if
the
you
Mitch
pair him
Twister
up
combo.
with Sing Sing, he'll be
Well, they-
motivated because I hear Sing Sing is great
You know they were
ability.
paired up at the beginning, like
Oh,
the
in
first
Mouse or
even
something, or
team
what?
when
Oh.
became Mouse Sports, and Twister was kicked out of the team by the teammates. It was very awkward arrangement.
Scandalous, bro.
But it was like river under the water under the bridge.
Chat seems to think Twist is not very good.
Yeah. Wow.
We all believe Chad.
He has done some very questionable stuff.
Has he thrown
He's a really
games?
nice guy, though. I can't.
And Bendy's not happy.
Dundee's now jealous that I posted on Twitter after they picked Tusk that I was rooting for Alliance, and Dundee's not happy. Sorry, Dundee. But yeah, as I was saying, we'll see what happens. There are lots of teams that are still in the BYOC. Not, of course, none of the tier 1 teams, but a lot of these small Swedish-based and Germany-based teams that have been appearing in tournaments like EMS, like the Defense 4, that will probably be there, and I will not be surprised if at least one of those teams at least gets to the next stage.
And we already know who you're going to be rooting for. That is the Alliance. But do you see them taking the whole thing? Do you see anybody being able to step up and actually like,
Actually, it's
try and take these
it's
guys
a really
down?
hard tournament. I can't try and guess who's going to win. Alliance, of course, is one of the favorites. Let's not forget Navi, which I think they haven't lost a game in the last 12 or 13 days, and they've been playing quite a lot. So they're doing really well. Virtus Pro is doing quite. I mean, of course, I'm going to talk about that later in the stats section. But
sure.
just to name a few of the teams that are doing so very, very well.
So you're not saying that this is like heavily favored?
No,
in
no,
there,
it's not like
Alliance.
last year. You know, when Navi was there, I was like, okay, Navi is going to take this 90% sure and 10% someone else. I'm saying that Alliance has maybe between 30 and 40% chance of winning, and
Right.
then there are some other teams that also make like something between 20 and 40%. But yeah, favorites would be Navi, Alliance. I wouldn't say Virtus Pro, but those two are more safest bet.
Okay.
What about 4FC?
For Friends per Skrilly, that's a really nice team.
They're cool dudes, man.
Yeah, they're
Nice.
really cool dudes.
They
And
came and
these
said
are the
hi
guys.
at 4 Open. You were there. You didn't say hi to them at 4 Open.
They were they did pretty well in Thor Open.
I think they actually came maybe 3rd, 4th.
So
Yeah, something like that.
2-3% chance of winning.
I'd give them a 1.5 actually.
Okay.
Being
What
generous.
about TCM?
No, they're what?
You're being generous.
Yeah, no, it's a solid 1.5. What about what?
I'm not going to pull Hellspawn. Just keep going.
All right.
What's
but-
next?
What's
Yeah.
next?
Compendium
next?
matchmaking.
Exactly.
Compendium matchmaking. This just came in. This is a new patch that rolled out less than 1 hour ago, just as we were finishing the segment. So what this means, probably most people heard about it before because it was on Reddit, and Cybermat, of course, hinted towards that.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's the image, unfortunately, is screwed. The Rockskis.
Great call.
EGs everywhere.
Yeah, it's
How much did they pay for this?
yeah. I think it's fixed now, but this is the first image that came out. So the,
Basically, yeah. So you just get to replay the games when you matchmake, and you get the heroes that the teams played with a little bit of information on them, and then you play out the game, which is really fucking cool. But is there anything like bonuses on top
well,
for this?
first of all, you can only play this if you have a compendium.
Yep.
So that
Okay,
means
that
that the 10 persons playing that game will have the compendium battle bonus. So you'll have lots more items and lots more EXP than a normal match. So if you're into farming XP, into farming items, this is the way to go. On the other hand, you will be able to possibly keep track of how you're doing, and I'm looking forward to probably seeing something of a general global, how well is Dire and Radiant doing, right? Because let's say EG
For
plays versus
individual
Roxy.
matches, obviously.
Yeah. So Roxy's won this versus EG, but now there will be like 500,000 people playing the same match. So after the 500,000 people play, how many of those would have Roxy's won and which ones EG won? So you can actually say after that something like, well, Roxy's won a match that was against their odds, because when it was replayed, of course, by different players, by different skills, but it was played along such an amount of times that it evens out.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's not really a true number, though, is it? You can't really say, because when you play a game on the highest level, it changes. Like the statistics of everything else before that only matter to the skill levels before.
Absolutely, and if you
But
have
it's interesting as a
It's
question.
just
it's
a fun
just-
little thing.
I mean, exactly, it's just...
Well, you were just saying it.
No,
like,
no, but
I
I
was
still
just like-
stand by my point, because...
Wait, what was your point?
My point is that if you play the match long enough with different people,
But
with
you're playing
different
with
skill
shit
levels,
people.
No, you're playing with shit people. You're playing with good people, and you're playing good people versus shit people, and shit people versus good people.
That's like
So
looking.
everything
That's like
evens
looking at.
out.
Okay,
It
that's like looking at the
balance-
gold league in StarCraft 2 and balancing the game for pros.
This is not about balancing the game. This
no,
is
but
just
if
saying,
you're taking like
about
being like, oh,
statistics.
this team is better than that team in
I'm
terms
not
of
saying
hero
this team.
choices.
It's
I'm
about
saying
statistics.
It's a funny thing to
Oh,
say.
okay,
Is that
okay.
oh, look, 500,000 people play this, or 5 million because it's 10 players per match. Play the same match over and over again, and this was the result. Well,
Yeah,
it was
it's- I mean,
not-
it's,
it's fun.
yeah.
Yeah, but also you
it's
could
kind of
break
like
that,
trivia.
you should break that down a little bit more, Bruno. I'd like it in individual skill levels. I'd also like a graph in terms of were the Radiant
I'm taking
winning.
notes. Wait.
What about-
were the Radiant
Alright.
winning to start with, and then the Dire learned how to play the matchup better as,
that's-
as it went on. And yeah,
But there's
it's
no
just-
learning when there's different people.
But
This
you,
is
yeah,
not-
but no, because you
No,
can
no,
play it
but there's a
more than
metagame,
once, right?
all right? There's a fucking
Yeah,
metagame to it, all right?
You can play it more than
Maybe
once,
they
right?
switch up
Yeah.
the laning
And
at a
also the
certain
patches
point.
No,
change.
well,
Maybe if the Night Stalker goes
what-
top, what
I
happens
would really-
then?
What I would really like is that you can also keep track of yourself playing and see, I played as Dire 4 times and won 2, I played as Radiant 10 times and won 3, or something like that. So that you can also keep some individual. That's not in the... I'm just tossing out ideas, maybe someone hears. But something like that, I think that you can actually do lots of stuff with this to keep it entertaining, to keep it fun, because...
To keep it fun.
Without that, you're playing the same heroes over and over again every week,
Mm-hmm.
and it will get boring after a while.
They will. So this is just another
Not
way that
necessarily
Valve
that.
have to spice up the game and
Yeah.
spice up what is possible with the Compendium. You know, another selling point.
There was another thing that changed in the Compendium. It was not right there as well, because the patch notes are not listed entirely yet. But there's something else, is that you can now lock into a favorite player and favorite team.
Okay.
So
What does
whenever-
that do?
Well, what that does is that whenever you play a standard matchmaking or Compendium matchmaking or everything, whatever, like anything that's matchmaking into the game, whenever it tracks your win rate, pretty much, and it averages without the win rates of everyone else playing.
Who's a fan of that person?
Exactly.
And that team.
No,
Or
just,
just the person.
separately. For the team and for the players.
So you can see if Dendy fans are like better than
Exactly.
BDIS fans.
This sounds like it could be a great source of headaches, though. Like, you're just going to have all these nerds running around who are like, well, I saw Dendy do this, so I should be able to do it too. And, you know, Puppy, you know, supported
No,
so well
Well,
in this
you don't
game.
have to
You know,
mimic.
blah, blah,
It's
blah.
just like personally. You don't have
No,
to
it's just
be
matchmaking.
Dendy.
It's not.
It's
Compendium.
matchmaking. It's
Yeah,
just a standard
matchmaking.
matchmaking.
It's just that- yeah.
So when you're playing standard matchmaking, you just want to say, and this is interesting because this is kind of like standard game theory. You can go for the famous guys, so you can go for Dendy, but most people will go for Dendy, the good ones and the bad ones. And if you, like, maybe you're
You
really
just throw
good with it,
Dendy
but
there,
you're
yeah.
really good streak of games, even so with so many people that are actually
I bet
bad
people
enough
who are
as-
like fans of supports are, in general, better players.
Yeah,
I bet you.
probably that's the case.
Is that
Or at least people that... No, it's not,
verify
I mean, it's not just because they're
We'll
support.
find out with the statistics. so.
Exactly.
We'll know soon.
We will know
Yeah,
soon.
no.
It's probably just like jumping in the bandwagon of Dendy is probably a bad idea. Like going for the famous player is probably a bad idea because that's what everyone.
Why?
That,
Why is it a bad idea? If you want to support the player, why not support
Well-
the player? What
well, because
is
you
there
want to
win or
you
lose?
want to win items, and every week you win items and
For
stuff.
being what?
For being the guy that was with the player who had
won
the
the
best
most.
win rate. Yeah. So if you look into a guy like
so,
Dendy,
so it's kind of like WCS where everyone's going to go pick Bambo.
yes. But then if everyone picks Bambo, then it's a losing
North
strategy again.
Yeah, exactly. That's what happened in WCS North America. I'm joking, Bambo. You're the best.
So yeah, I mean, it's an interesting dynamic both for the team thing and the player thing. We're going to see how that evolves. At least it adds some element of rivalry to the game when you're playing with other people, which is independent of who you're playing against. We're going to see how that develops. Probably in the next few weeks, we'll see more and more features.
I wish I could put money in my Steam wallet, but
Yeah, me too, man.
James, can you buy me a compendium, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
You have it here.
This guy needs a
Live on
compendium.
show.
Yeah.
Ask James for shit
Just
on
if
show.
you want to buy me a compendium, feel free to tweet me. Save James $10. James is not doing so well right now, so that would be.
I think it's
Going
called
under.
mooching, but moving on.
Going under.
Yeah.
Moving on now, we're going to go ahead and talk a bit about Valve's new documentary that's wrapping up, actually. Free to Play is the title, and it's nearly coming to a close with private screenings actually starting soon. So are we excited about this? Are we
Have you seen the first documentary? I mean, the preview that they did for documentary. It was really, really well done. It was not at all like the CLG documentary.
Well, wasn't that like a 5 or 10 minute clip or something? How long
Yeah, it was.
that?
No, yeah, it was a
I mean,
preview.
it's a trailer, so
It's a trailer.
let's not go nuts yet, guys. I heard that this documentary is full of like lies from a certain well-known esports figure just making up stories
just
and
wanna let-
being like, "Oh, guys, this will sound good."
I just want to let you guys know, right? They were like, James, we want to interview you for the documentary. So I just sat down and I do what I do, which is just generally talk shit. But there was one part where I told this story and I was like, I knew it was, I've been told it. And it was, someone told me and I was like, that sounds reasonable, right? That sounds like a true story.
no.
So the thing is Valve came back to me and they were like, "Hey James, we're going to use this bit here of yours," and I was like, "Did I say that?" I was like, "Oh, that's." I was like, so I took the story and I went round to like a few of the old school journalists that would have known something about this, right? So Carmack, Foreign, Wax Angel, and I was like, "Hey, have you ever heard about this thing happening?" And they were like, "No, that doesn't sound like it would happen. That doesn't sound true." And so I told Valve, I was like, I can't find any information if that story actually happened. Yeah, I was like, maybe we should re-record it or something, and I'll change the wording. And they were like, "Yeah, that's okay, yeah." And so they sent me over and they said, "Hey, could you re-record these lines?" And so I went to my room, I took all Apollo's equipment and started re-recording my lines, and there was a bunch of white noise on the background of the recording. And I sent it over to him, and he goes, "Yeah, I can't get rid of the white noise." And I'm like, and I just thought to myself, I was like, fuck it. I would have to get another mixer to get rid of the white noise, and it's all the way on the other side of the house. I'd be going without internet for like, I'd be going without internet for 2 minutes. So I told Valve, "Fuck it, just keep the story in. It's awesome. I don't care about my reputation." So my story is great in there that I tell. I think it's true though. I do. It's true.
Just
I
think
know
it has
it's
to
true.
be.
It makes sense.
Think about your legacy here. Just think about your legacy. 10 years down the line, you
Maybe
have
in
some
a parallel
bright-eyed, bushy-tailed
universe.
esports enthusiast. He's going to watch this documentary and be like, "James is a lying sack of shit." Is that what you want to leave behind?
The story was true to me when I told it. It was true. I went to some people and I was
Oh,
like...
so now we're
and
going
I
to
was
get to
like,
perception and like, what?
No, it was true to me.
How do you perceive truth?
Yeah, I know the story.
I mean, the CLG documentary might have been biased, but at least
At
least it wasn't outright factually incorrect.
No, but it's nice. I've only seen the preview. That
I mean,
like,
they've
the trailer
been.
that-
So have they been like, what is it about? It's just about the international. It's about the
No,
international
it's-
last
I mean-
year. Or it's about Dota. Like,
No, it's about the individual stories of players and what they had to give up in order to go into esports, which is it brings a smirk to the face because sometimes.
I mean, chat, bro.
But I find it fun, like there's some guys like Fear that actually have like very interesting stories where he will like had some troubles at home, and I mean, but then there are other people like Come With Me. I don't think he's in the documentary.
What's his
though.
story?
Well, ask him because he has lots of them.
Also, I just want to point out that my story was StarCraft 2 related, so don't worry, guys. I didn't shit on your community. I shat on the StarCraft one. They don't like me anymore anyway. It's fine. No, that's true.
But
And
yeah,
so have they been actively? I mean, how long were they filming for?
well,
you know?
since TA1.
Oh, it's really that long back.
Yeah. The
Okay, cool.
trailer is about people in TA1. It's like Toby has some lines in there. Then there were a couple people that I think were recording as well lines. I think to recall that.
Are you in it?
No.
Sounds like a fucking shitty documentary.
And they're saving the best for the second part.
I hope so. I mean,
There you go.
part
yeah,
2,
yeah,
how Bruno
there's hope.
saved Dota.
Yeah, it's pre-Bruno, post-Bruno.
Yeah.
The story of esports. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. If anything, even if you don't care about the stories in itself, it was pretty well made. Like the mood, the music, the takes. I mean, from a photography point of view, it was very well done.
Yeah, it's done by the people at Valve, and a lot of them came from different.
Wait,
industries
is it
before.
done by like specifically Valve employees, or
Yeah.
did they hire people to do
No,
this?
Valve employees were actually working on the documentary when I was there. I was like, so what do you do? It's like,
That seems pretty
I work
random.
in this. But it's like, but before this, I was doing this job. And
Yeah.
it was like, okay, you're really qualified for this. But
Okay.
it's pretty funny. So I think it's going to be really cool. And I look forward to my part, even though it's only small.
I do too.
At least you got to be in it.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Probably just a voiceover,
Moving.
to be honest. They were like, this guy looks like shit.
Yeah, this guy
It's
looks.
like, we're not putting this guy in to represent esports. Anyway,
Yeah.
let's move on.
Let's move on now. So finals for the EMS One Summer Cup are actually kicking off tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, they were just being played right now. Alliance
Exactly,
playing against.
yeah.
I don't chat. How's the Alliance game doing? The one with the Spirit Breaker
Chat.
and Chat will answer. But yeah, it's a very kind of weird game. Alliance has a big possibility to actually qualify today. I think they already qualified by the scoring. But also Mouseport was doing very well, so they will go to the group stage. There were a few other teams that were. There was this Russian team, Natolic, which is
Alliance is losing.
Alliance is losing.
Alliance is losing.
With an all melee
You
line.
Yeah.
should that list. I want to see stats for every single hero that's won a game.
I do have that. I do have
Oh
that.
shit,
True
baby!
though,
Dude,
man. We can
Good
rely
luck,
on it.
Alliance. Better win that game.
We believe. All right.
You
Bruno.
But
Uh,
anyway, continue.
But yeah, we'll see this. If you don't remember from the first EMS Cup, first you play all the 4 cups, then you go to the group stage.
No, they changed the group stage, didn't they?
I think it's just.
They changed it. I guarantee you they changed. I think
Well,
they made a
there-
GSL style
There's
group.
still a group stage.
Yes. I think they made a GSL style.
Oh yeah, they
groups.
did a GSL. You're right. They did a GSL, but you still have group stage, and from the group stage you get
You
the
get to
8
the-
people that will go to
In the
Well,
land.
it's-
They haven't released any information, have they? Or
about
is
the
it gonna
land.
be in
No, not
Poland
yet, but it's
again, or-
probably going to be this. Yeah, I mean the only difference is that they bring one team from US, which we're going to talk about in a minute. But yeah, they found a sponsor, which I wish I remembered the name.
CM Store, maybe?
No. It's something like
Need for Speed?
yeah, Need for Speed.
Yeah.
Need for Speed is paying for one team to fly, or at least helping with the money. So we'll have the team from the US, which is EG. Was supposed to be Kaipi, but we're going into. Is that?
Yeah, we can go into that.
Yeah, let's go just straight ahead.
Let's just go into this because I'm reading through it right now. Sounds like a fucking mystery novel right now. Provides hard what is it? Provides hard evidence. Bulba tells Envy. Envy believes the bluff and admits. You know, it sounds just like this crime scene
All right.
fucking thing.
Okay, yeah.
But let's go ahead and get into it. So Kaipi wins the North American qualifier.
Kaipi wins the North American qualifier against EG, the finals. They win, and pretty much what happens afterwards is a series of events in chronological series.
Break
which
it
is
down.
Melk goes on tweets about Kaipi.
Malk's in chat, yeah. He said the documentary is going to be awesome as well, Malk, because he knows everything. And he's also going to be hosting the
Yeah, Malk's in
TI3
chat.
panel as well. That's really looking
I
forward
mean,
to.
it's at least they finally this time got a guy who knows how to get a haircut. So, I mean, it's a step up. I mean, although, you know, he might be a little bit weird looking.
But yeah, so Melk tweets about Kaipi having used like fake nicking, which is using a guy with a fake account. Because here's the thing, if you want to participate in EMS One America, you have to have at least 3 American players, which the natural like Kaipi team doesn't have. They have Artesia and Eternal Envy, and the other 3 are Swedish.
And so
Not Swedish, are Europeans.
but they opted to play
They opted-
in the North American qualifiers.
Yes,
Because it's easier.
No, they
They have Eternal Envy, RTZ.
no, but they couldn't play in the European for one reason. I think
Times?
not sure.
Probably RTZ in school, something like that.
Okay, my question is, how did Mel know?
What?
Everybody
No,
knows.
the thing is, that's
I mean,
why
everyone
I
knows.
started
I
chronologically,
mean-
but the thing is,
I mean,
apparently,
what was the other
Well, all right,
scandal?
hold on.
no,
Well, let's say here real quick, just to the reason why apparently they couldn't qualify for EU is that they changed their roster, according to Come With Me.
Oh,
There was a
yeah,
roster change that went
yeah.
through. Apparently they told them that's not kosher.
Well, the thing
couldn't
is,
happen.
they decided to
They
play.
couldn't qualify. I don't know. But
Wait, what
couldn't
happened? Say
qualify.
again? What's funny?
It's not kosher. It's just
So we have no. But according to Come With Me, according to Come With Me, we have. So they told us we can't qualify through Europe because roster changed. So
Yeah.
we have to play a series, but it was too late. So they forced us to play an NA one and tell us that we can't use.
Well,
all right, but I'll let you go ahead and.
Forcing us to play is a bit too strong of a word. What happened is that they ended up playing in America, and here's the only thing that's questionable. The only thing, and we'll start that, which is they ask EMS, can we play in the America Cup? And they say, well, you have to have 3 American players. And they're like, can we play with a stand-in American? So we get 3, and if we qualify, we get our 3 European guys, like our standard lineups. And EMS agrees.
But I saw Kenneget saying that you'd have to play with
The stand.
the roster that qualified. Like you play the same. Like, but the thing is, it's a stand-in, so you sign up with the roster. But it's like, I think for their purposes, it's not a stand-in. Then
Well,
I mean,
I think that you would expect them to have to go with the standing, but
someone's
they were
retarded.
changing standings
That
as well
sounds
because
more
they
like
played
a
with
sub.
Last and
Yeah, yeah.
Clairvoyance, so there was not like a 5th guy.
but wait,
Or
but it
six
wasn't
guy.
clairvoyance.
It was meant to be
It was
last.
meant no, it was Clairvoyance's account or
Yeah,
Last's
yeah,
account or whatever,
yeah.
and it's like Bone 7 playing instead. So what happens is that they end up winning. But when they were playing, apparently everyone kind of knew, and they were checking the pings, and they saw that this
Yeah,
guy that
I
was
was gonna
supposed to
say,
be from America had 200 ping to a USC server, which doesn't make sense at all.
Guy needs to put some torrents on, man. He's
Yeah.
doesn't know how to do this shit right.
So what ended up happening was that eventually the suspicions were confirmed true. Eternal Envy apparently admitted
Confessed,
to having someone else, and when he confessed, even though there was apparently, according to Come With Me, not enough hard evidence, well, they just admitted to it, so they were disqualified.
So it was kind of,
Sounds like a poor detective
it's
novel,
kind
you
of
know.
like everybody knew. but only
Everybody
Mile.
knew, no one really knew, so they.
So how did Mile make the tweet?
Because-
100% to
It's Mel. Probably he wasn't.
That's the
There
thing.
was one in the G1 league. What
Did he
happened in
go
that
on a
one?
hint or what?
Yeah, I heard something.
No,
about
I
that
also
came out.
heard.
I heard something about something
Did
with
we
like
expose-
universe.
Did we
and-
expose the one in the G1
No,
league
no,
on
we
the
didn't.
show? Should we expose it now just to fuck with people?
Expose what?
Feel free to do so.
I can't remember it, but it was. Wait. Wait.
You have to guess
Oh,
because the camera's on me.
I can't. What the fuck is that?
What's this letter?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Wait. Yeah. Okay, you got that one.
Is it Merlini?
No, it's not really.
Universe. No.
Huh? What? I'm just doing hand signals.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, it's not the first time it happens. I think it's the first time it happens when there's like something big on the line. Maybe if it happened before in other tournaments, I don't know if there was any situation where it was such crucial, like you can get disqualified as this. But it's kind of relatively normal for players to just lend their accounts to other player to.
I mean, I've
Play as
always
them.
thought the whole stand-in stuff, how it's like you're playing a team, but it's not really that team. It's always just like, I mean, I'm not a MOBA guy
Yeah.
or an arts guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I casually play them, you know.
You do.
I do.
Casually.
But I mean, it's just, I don't know, the whole scene, it's like, because this is common, right?
This is common.
Like, people just play on fake IDs. And
Like not every day common, but every week common.
Is it?
It is.
Yeah, Bruno knows. He gets all the info.
Just
Why
another
this time
argument.
is a big deal?
Because this time the
Because Malk
change
snitched.
actually, well, first, yeah.
I
But
mean, if
also
Malk
because
didn't
that
snitch-
change meant that the team was not allowed to play in that competition. It's like, imagine if that happened in the TI3 qualifiers. Where you couldn't have any standing. That would have been as big as this. Even bigger, of course, but that's the kind of thing.
DPM says you stand in for teams. That's how you know.
You do.
Cat's out of the bag.
You do. But yeah, the bottom line is that with Come With Me's logs that came out, also Come With Me when they won, originally before this came out, Bidis goes on like, congratulations, well done, Kaipi, and Come With Me replies in a tweet, thank you, little bitch.
We've
I
got-
mean,
So yeah, his
That just sounds like the usual classy Come With Me, though.
it's pretty much his style. So it ignited all these ideas, and I'm sure that all this unsportsmanship was what generated maybe Malk to just jump out of
to
the gun.
snitch.
Well, no, it was not snitching because
Yeah, we just had
according
this in chat, right?
It's not
We just had
snitching,
this
it's called a
chat.
rat.
no,
And no,
no,
and
What do we do to rats?
No.
Why is
apparently he like,
No. Everyone's doing this in chat, right? I just saw it. It was really funny. In chat, they're like, snitch, EG, Malk's a snitch. And he's like, firstly, I did not snitch. Secondly, I'll beat all of you up as soon as I start lifting weights. So it's Malk versus chat. I'm actually
I
enjoying
mean,
this.
that's
with
snitching,
you
though.
now.
No.
Snitching.
Apparently, what Merck says, and I'm going to hold him to his word because he's a very respectable guy, I hope, is that everyone, by the time he tweeted, everyone that needed to know already knew.
So
and
the
they were
EMS
going to
people
make,
knew.
Yeah, so they were going to make the announcement, and he jumped the gun about tweeting it before they could make the
So
problem.
I mean,
what you're saying is that
Which
he
is
made an
something that
attention
sounds more
grab.
like Melk, because Melk has
So it's
this-
drama whoring.
This
Yes.
is exactly.
Yes,
This is an
because
attention
he's
grab.
not a
then.
snitch, but he's a drama whore. And he's a
I
self-admitted,
mean-
self-admitted drama whore.
So who is the actual snitch who snitched to EMS?
I think it was Eternal Envy, according to...
Oh, so he
like,
fessed up.
Yeah, he just
All right,
like,
no snitching. That's
no
a
snitching.
relief.
I think.
Dota.
I'll call off
No
my
snitching, man.
call off my guys.
But yeah, again, like this tarnishing Kaipi again and again, it's really unfortunate because this is the team that everyone wanted them to go to the qualifiers, and then they were like, oh, why they weren't in the qualifiers? And some people questioned, even though they play really well and they have very good players, they questioned their ethics, and this
You're not
goes
helping.
forward into putting them into a really bad position.
Yeah, well, I'm like, honest to God, it's like, I really like Come With Me, because when I hang out with him, he's very normal. I find him nice. But that whole team, in terms of, not the whole team, but just when I look at it, and I'm just like, do not touch it with a stick.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
it's hard for, because it's just like, they do this stuff, they're so young, and they need like the best fucking manager person in the world to handle this team.
and they don't have a manager, do they?
I don't think they do.
I don't think they do.
I don't know.
And yeah, but I mean, you can like the guy, whatever, but if the guy goes on chat, like publicly, and going to say, ESL can suck my dick, then it's,
Who said that?
come with me, on one of the chats.
Oh, really?
I haven't found that part. Hold on.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
probably the last one.
Yeah, someone. Wait, what did you say? There's Skype logs on Team Liquid now, and so Laurie said they could, but then 3 days later, I think said they can't, and this was in May. So I don't know, man.
So, could they, couldn't they? Who posted this, first of all?
Some guy with one post.
Chappie, yeah,
Who's-
yeah, that's Complexity's former manager, that he's around everywhere.
So he's kind of snitching to post Skype logs, but
Yeah.
once you open Pandora's box.
Hey, just for info,
That's what
you're
happens when you
allowed to
snitch.
transfer player between American qualifiers. Yeah, so they first said they could,
Yeah,
and they're
I
like,
mean-
sorry, I just realized you must not be aware of how things work in Europe.
Well, we
considering-"
were good by the Kennegates comment on this, because I'm not sure if it was true or not. They said it could, it couldn't. I don't know. It's
Yeah. Did you find the chat log, by the way, Sam?
I'm
It's
looking
one of
through it
those
right now.
4 that you haven't documented.
Yeah. That's. Well,
I don't
clearly,
remember
there aren't any others, but finding the one that he actually says ESL needs to suck his dick is a little bit.
I may
Put that
have
one up. I wanna see
paraphrased,
that
but the
one.
word ESL and dick were...
Oh, there it is. Then no, ESL should go suck a dick.
Well,
There you
it
go.
was not his dick. It was a dick. Sorry.
Yeah, you gotta get that right, man.
Yeah.
It's the details.
That's the details that count.
No.
But yeah, drama.
Well, apparently
enough
he's
of that
literally
for
lost
today.
all respect for fear.
Enough drama. Let's move on.
But this is the good stuff. All right.
Yeah, I have no
Well,
idea what I'm talking
We'll
about.
go ahead and
just,
talk a little
clear.
bit now about the next topic here, which is, of course, that XTT leaves Vici Gaming.
Oh, well, speaking of drama.
Speaking of
XCT
drama.
and FY are announced to leave Vici Gaming. Also, their manager and their coach, which are 2 different people, are said to leave for no particular reason.
Jumping ship or what?
Well, the thing is that Vici Gaming was this team that was very hyped to go and win the qualifiers before LGD China were in the qualifiers. Because LGD China, if you remember, they were invited to TA3. And out of all the teams, it was, well, Vici Gaming is the clear favorite, then you have Rattlesnake, Rising Star, and the rest. LG China changed the roster, so they were moved from invited to qualifier, which made them the second favorite, but they lost to Rattlesnake. So Rattlesnake came in second. So after that, Vici Gaming, which had 2 teams, disbanded one of the other teams, and the other team pretty much split up by fighting. The only thing was that just the day after, FY announced that, no, I was not really leaving, I'm staying in the team. So bottom line is XTT, the manager and their coach leaving the team for personal reasons, which makes us think that the team is not long for this world.
It's a very dramatic way to put it.
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard. They have very young players. I think Fenrir and CTY are both 17. CTY is hugely amazing player. A player that in 3 years might be one of the... I mean, I know how people like to hype Artisi. He's the same age, and he's kind of the same right there in China, but he has better exposition, and I think he's a better player. He has such a high potential that we'll be seeing lots and lots from this guy. And they were trying to build a team around him and ZSMJ. Unfortunately, ZSMJ was not up to what the legend he used to be in Dota 1. And the rest of the team, as good as they weren't able to qualify to Tier 3. So, not surprisingly, they started to crumble.
Well, there you have it. And,
Yep.
okay.
Merger with the Cupid Red Pandas.
I know, I was about to
failed
say.
teams.
Well, we have one of the pandas.
One
We have
failed mission.
last bit here in the Dota 2 news actually is that some of the panda news, Wagamama is joining Toby 1 at TI3 to commentate.
Mm-hmm.
The one way or the other, he actually makes it.
Exactly. I was
he
about to
got-
say,
he
you know,
got to
talking about the
TI3.
pandas, you know, merging or maybe, you know, trying to work their way in. Waga, he's actually going to make it there.
Yeah.
He's going to be there at the event casting with Toby 1.
He's going to be Toby's caster of choice, if you remember the Toby's choices.
But what happens if Mosports gets eliminated?
No, it should be this time. No fooling around. This
I think he learned his lesson.
I had to take a taxi back with Slash.
yes,
Slash?
Slash with an E. Yeah.
Okay.
And he was just like, man, I just didn't know how to
Slash?
handle the
From Guns N'
situation.
Roses?
It was like, you know, just at a moment, it's like, I'm not casting anymore. And that was it.
Why didn't he bench Toby?
I don't know.
Well, I remember that Toby really wanted to cast with Synderen. That was something that he wanted to do. Unfortunately for him, MTW went on to qualify from the qualifiers.
Unfortunately.
So
for
his first choice of commentator, let's remember that by this time last year, he didn't have the guys like he has now, like Clairvoyance and the Capitalists that are commentating with him pretty much every game. It was mostly Synderen doing all the stuff with him. Unfortunately for him, as I said, Synderen qualified, so he had to try and get someone to go with him, and there was no clear second choice. Well, that's what happened when TA2 came and Synderen got eliminated. He wanted to go back to casting with Synderen, and all the drama happened. So I think clearly that's not going to happen again, because once it's okay, two, it's not acceptable.
So he's
at all.
decided to take somebody who clearly has no chance of qualifying
Yeah.
for anything and perhaps vet him.
Yeah,
for
exactly. And I think
the
that also,
role.
I mean, for people that were asking why not Clairvoyance, why not the Capitalists, which are the people that are normally casting with Tovi, I think one of the reasons is because they want to do the group stage together as well, and they want to do it at Join Dota.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes more sense to have someone from Europe, someone that can easily go to Berlin, instead of just flying someone from the US and then going to Val, which is kind of silly.
Brutal. Yeah.
But yeah, Waga has started casting with Tovi.
Yeah, he's upstairs.
Yeah,
in
we
the
had to
room.
fucking kick him out of here.
Reception has been quite mixed.
Yeah,
to be
people don't
honest.
seem too thrilled. They're like, yeah.
Yeah, it's
But how's he been doing since he started?
well,
Could we get a poll?
Paul.
Paul.
How is Wagger and Toby combo? Good? Average?
just
Bad.
from 1 to 5, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, yeah.
5 stars is best.
I think 1 to 10 might be a little bit more.
No, it's 1
Can't
to
be
5.
asked.
1 to
5.
6.
5 is the best.
5 is the best.
Five's the
1
best.
is the worst. Like stars, 1 star.
5 stars. 1 star.
And here comes the poll.
Alright, here we go. Numbers.
Movie.
You actually want to play later?
I like how in this kind of polls, no one ever votes 3 stars, because
No.
If you think something's average, you don't take the time
Fuck
to
it.
vote. That happens in every single poll where you like this extreme.
I'm not logged in.
Well, that's actually you're wrong there because like the 3 is even before you said that was the second highest.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So-
it's gaining up now.
not committing.
It's gaining up.
You biased
I-
the poll.
I-
Now
I
you're
just
fucking
biased
you're fucking biasing the poll.
Yeah. Cyborg Matt also voted for 2.
I
in
just
chat.
biased the poll.
Cyborg Matt's now voting for 3.
He can't, well,
You can't revote.
Yeah. 666. I see one. 11.
So someone voted for 6, yeah, but there isn't a 6. So he was like,
Rank the poll.
Scriff has voted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
2.5 bamboo.
2.5. Trans is flaming him.
Well, so yeah, I mean,
So,
3.
Average.
well, more like average 2.25.
Not many people who are that impressed. That if you look at 5s, that's the lowest one, and then 4 is the second lowest.
yeah.
And then
Um,
2.
Yeah.
And then 1.
You mean one?
But I mean, why would you?
And then 3.
That's kind of how
What
numbers
does
work.
2 mean? That's the problem that we have right here. What does 2 mean? Oh, it's really bad, but not as bad.
Do you
there
think-
is a redeeming feature.
You
It's
know,
a,
did,
it's
did-
a very.
oh.
It's a,
That's
no,
the
level
thing.
is 3.
No,
I think 3
no.
is like
Three is like okay.
average.
Yeah,
it's
like, okay.
okay. It's
One in-
What is the
It's not
difference
special,
between
it's
bearable
not
and
enough.
okay?
One
but-
is unbearable.
Aye, exactly. You would put 2 at something like, I'll watch it because I don't have a choice.
Yeah.
You know? And
One
then
is like-
1 is like, I have to turn the stream right
1
the
is
fuck off
Kelly
now. Doesn't
Melky's
matter.
and Mole Trap.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah.
You know, do you think this is
Oh, but
like
this
is this
is-
part of Toby's scheme to
but this is
drive
also-
the fucking
What?
last nail in Cupid Panda's coffin by stealing away the star captain and
Exactly,
carry
but
But
player?
now we've done a poll on Wagger and Toby casting. Now we do the poll and we just put it down to Wagger's casting.
There you have
And then
it.
you put it to
Oh,
Toby's
can we
casting.
wait? Write these numbers
No.
down. We
No,
want to
no,
save.
no.
We want to save these numbers
Like,
to
how
compare.
is Wagger's casting?
Yeah.
Because maybe
Because-
he'd be worse and Toby's bringing him up, or
Maybe
better
he's-
and Toby's bringing him down. So we need to remember those numbers.
Yeah, it was okay.
2,
It was-
2, 9.
3-1, so
3-1.
3.
3-1s.
Yeah.
And so here we go.
So Wagga casting.
Right, Wagger's casting.
Is 1 good or no?
No, one is bad.
Wait, 1 is 1 star, which is bad.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, this is very polarizing.
Yeah, this is very polarizing.
But this is why polls aren't valid, because you can influence the fucking voting. So it's just,
Oh.
as an actual mechanic to gather information on people, it's such a shit
This
system.
is not scientific, guys.
Let's
We need-
cross it out.
We need our own prism running, going to
Exactly.
Oh, what you could do is hide the polls while we're voting, but I think it's okay.
You
It's
hide
a
the
nice
poll while you're
experience.
voting, but also it's people taking feedback from us.
Maybe-
Yeah, but
Maybe
also they can
allowing
maybe
that to
say
bleed
like,
into it.
oh, I don't feel my opinion is very well represented, so I will vote when I would normally.
Maybe we
wouldn't.
could do a poll about how people feel they've been influenced by the prior discussion on the
Yeah,
show.
yeah. Let's do another poll. How
wait,
much have
maybe-
you been influenced?
Has
1
has
to
the
5
prior
stars?
discussion made their casting more favorable?
Okay, so
Equally
Exactly.
favorable?
Yeah.
But
Less
exactly, people
favorable.
are impressionable, Mike, and you can't take that
5
away from
stars.
us.
Polar with 1.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So we got 5 and 1.
So
Yeah,
people
there
that
you have it.
really don't like them.
But
is
that's
people
still
that
3
really don't
average,
like
it seems like.
Now we have to do a poll. How has our discussion during the poll
Influence your vote.
influenced your vote?
We're influenced by us.
Yeah, we.
1 to 5 again?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
why
but
not?
5 of you are massively influenced, and you were just saying anything, just because Bruno was said the number 5, or Cyborg Matt said number 3, or something. And one of
Toby,
you, one of you are
Toby.
big.
Do the Toby poll. Do the Toby poll.
That's the vibe.
People are like, yes, we were influenced.
Exactly.
We,
Terribly.
we confess.
See, this is why
We were
polls
in-
are bullshit.
Yeah. We were
Our audience is sheep, guys.
Oh no.
We were influenced, and we.
Influenced.
Production
We had
value.
easily swayed.
I didn't even do my own vote. I had someone stand in and do it for me.
Was he
And-
American?
and-
Was that
I-
person American or was that
Yeah.
European?
It was a guy called Lust was on my Twitch. I told him to vote for me. So now I'm banned from all polls. So we massively influenced. Well done,
Yes.
guys. It's nice to know that we have an army of moldable people that we can send around the internet.
All right.
And now the Toby poll.
Another poll.
No more.
Heavily influenced poll.
Yes,
No,
exactly.
it's
There's no
not.
point. There's no point.
Of course. You know, it's like.
There's no Toby poll. There's no Toby poll.
There is a
Instead,
Toby-
no.
It has to
Instead,
be.
No. No, why are we going to do it? It's obvious what the response is going to be now.
The
it's
finishing
not.
of this demonstration of how polls. You just said polls don't work, and now you
Polls
want
are
to.
full of absolute bullshit.
It
Whatever.
is-
Why are we
exactly,
going
wait,
to... Let's go ahead and
are
move
you
on.
offended?
Let's move on now.
Do you think Toby will be offended by a poll that's?
Can we?
biased?
Fine. Oh, we
I
got
think
it.
we need a poll for everyone on the show now.
Yeah.
We're gonna do Toby. It's the only.
I think we need to do how was our performance on the show poll.
Yes, that should be the end of the show every time.
Yeah.
We can get some feedback, and then
Okay, here we go. Oh my god.
All right. So currently, a couple people really like him.
No, not influenced at all.
Yeah, let's see. But this actually could go either ways because without context, somebody could take this and be like, "Well, actually, I won.
He's
He's
the
the top
first
of the
one.
scale first, so it's gonna be on our Dota. He's gonna be like, "Yeah, guys,
Alright.
people are loving my
There we
casting."
go. I think we can finish it off.
See?
So next one up, the last one of the show is how was Semler's hosting today?
Get fucked, James. All right, we're gonna move on to the stats
It's just
now.
that, well,
we're gonna wrap up with the stats.
Yes,
this is the stats.
This
and
is
this
stats.
is no. These are different stats. We're gonna move on to the
But
stats
just leave it
now.
there while I speak about the stats.
Exactly.
What there?
Turn that
the-
fucking
any
poll
poll
off.
you feel like doing.
Turn that fucking poll off. Bruno.
You can do
Do
one
it.
on me.
Yeah.
No, because James is a cunt. He's just
You
gonna
can put
fuck
it-
off.
I
to it
want
later.
to- I want to
Let's
choose.
let's just fucking go.
Just put a poll and put like
No! Jesus!
just make a poll and say who was the worst or who was the best.
No,
whichever
go
one.
fuck yourself.
And just
Yeah, we have 5
Bruno,
Yes, yes,
Bruno,
right.
stop feeding off of fucking James's energy. You're being influenced. We know it. We can do a
No,
poll.
worst and best poll is
No.
great because you don't know if they're voting for you being the worst or the best, so it's just who's most bipolar on the show. Just have who was the best or worst, and you have to vote, so no one knows then, Sam.
Yeah,
They won't vote
my
anyone
I think you might have to add
Let's go
0
ahead.
to that poll.
Who was more extreme?
We could just like actually just end this show.
I really
right
want
the
to
fuck
see
now.
that.
And
But anyways,
fuck the stats and fuck everything.
It's time for the stats while Trans prepares the show. Well, not the show, the poll.
Yeah. Right.
And this is very interesting because we're going to talk stats after 6.78, which rolled out less than a week ago. The interesting news of the week, and this is what everyone will be talking about, is that all 96 heroes that were in the pool were picked in the last 5 days. Meaning at least every single one, every single one of the heroes were played, and as you were asking for, there are only 6 with no wins, which are Axe, Death Prophet, Lycan, Shadowfiend, all of these with just one game. Tusk, which was also played with just one game right now, and Timbersaw, which is 0-4.
Aye.
So those are the 6 heroes that never won a game. All the other teams.
I just want to say,
No. We're focusing on the stats now. We'll come
No,
back
no,
to the
no.
poll after
This
this.
is
No.
a great
We'll
poll.
come
You're
back
the
to shut the fuck up. We'll
You're
come back
the
to the poll
best.
after
Best
this. I want to hear the stats now, and we'll talk about the poll after.
you were
Go.
the best.
We'll do it.
You are
Just let
awesome.
Iran do stats.
I'm
Because
the
right
least
now, what you're
best
doing
one.
is you're completely devaluing Bruno's efforts in collecting stats
No,
for us
I'm fine.
and for the viewers
I know.
every week.
And that's why you're the best, because you understand this as a host.
He's getting it back
Shut
on
up.
topic. Back on
Fucking
topic.
shut up
People
right now.
recognizing
We
you,
can get
Sembler.
back.
Bruno, go.
I mean, listen
Let's
to
do
the
it.
more votes you're getting just from pointing that out. I haven't even gone up anymore.
I know. Sorry.
So talking about
It's been a
heroes, we're going. This is a bit longer than usual, but it's fine because we need time for people to vote. There are a few heroes that actually have 100% win rate, which are Broodmother with 4 picks. They're 4-0, which is interesting. Omni Knight 2-0, Venomancer 5-0, Sniper 2-0, Viper 3-0, and Dazzle and Patch with just 1 win each. But Patch just won another game recently, so it's 2 for him. On the most significant win rates,
Not biased.
we have for more than 10 games played, we have these heroes with above 60% win rate, which are Crystal Maiden, Disruptor, Sand King, Obsidian Destroyer, Windrunner, Visage, Templar Assassin, and Puck. Those are the heroes with above 60% win rate, which means that they're solidly good. Then
Is in brackets how many times they were
yeah,
picked?
it's 10, 17, 17. Yeah, it's like the important one is Visage with 62% win rate in 60 games.
Jesus.
Because CM with 80%.
Yeah,
in 10
80% in
not-
10 is,
yeah,
but I said 10 or more. So, but yeah,
Okay.
that's the important one. Visage 62% with 60 games, so probably the strongest support at the moment. And then we have for the most picked, we still have Gyrocopter on top with 79 picks in 172. Shadow Demon following closely with 75, but not doing too well. He's 35% win rate only. So Shadow Demon hit with the nerf. Just he cannot scout with the Shadow Potion as well as he did before. He has less base int. This shows 35% win rate. Then behind that we have the Xia Nature's Prophet and the Dragon Knight, which is a surprise because we didn't see that much Dragon Knight before, but now with the change to the level 2 ultimate, we saw him picked 61 times. For the bans, we still have pretty much the same as before: the Wisp, the Bad Rider, the Life Stealer, the top 3. All of those heroes above 50% win rate. And let's leave it at that because it's a lot of data. In terms of teams, we're going to go to Hot or Not of the week. If you can find your Hot or Not profile, let me know.
I will try and find my Hot or Not profile.
Yeah, because it will be really, really nice to see. So, first of all, a very commendable team. Not hot, not, but just in between. Is Team EG, which get in here because they played 26 games in 7 days.
There's a picture of me and Bruno. I'm like cheering for it. I'm like more ones, guys, more ones. More summer, guys.
My composure. But yeah, EG played 26 games in 7 days. That's insane. It's pretty much playing between 3 and 4 games a day.
Gee, I sure hope it was only there. Ross, that's a lot of games.
They're 17-9, so about 60-something% win rate. But now to the hot teams. The hot teams are Navi, which are 5-0 this week.
Did you look at who they were playing?
Yeah, they were playing against pretty much lots of teams.
Well, if they just played in that
No, actually,
that qualifier, because they've been playing in the American League.
Navi?
Oh no, EG.
No, EG played against random
They played against
teams.
awful teams because
Yeah.
they played in the EMS America qualifier and then the American Dota League. So it's
Yeah.
like basically they're because Team Liquid didn't even play in EMS, right?
No.
And then so yeah, they were
You're just writing them off.
that's inflated.
Yeah, but I mean, for the
90%.
hot and not teams, I actually try to pick the ones that are statistically significant and not the one that won versus Argentinian Pain Gaming.
Damn, man.
Ouch.
They're 0-5. I know most of the guys. I know the guys. Maybe they're watching. Hi, but they're doing terrible.
Yeah, I'm gonna shit on you
Ever
live.
since Bruno left the team.
Alright, go ahead.
So hot teams, Navi 5-0 last week, and they haven't lost a game since May 30. So looking really strong. Alliance 18-3, now 18-4 because they dropped this game with a silly lineup. But I forgive them because they picked Tusk. Virtus Pro 6-1, surprisingly, because this is one of these teams that are either doing really well or doing really bad, or no one cares about them. This is quite high, and coming into DreamHack makes them a team to watch. For the not team, of course, Kaipi. Not because of the stats, because they actually won EMS Americas, but just having such unsportsmanlike behavior puts you into the not team of the
That's
week.
not statistically
That's the thing,
anything,
though.
is it?
No, well, you know, I was,
That's as bad
I
as
was
the
going to
poll.
get a statistic. I was going to get a statistic and see what percentage of Come With Me's tweets were inflaming, but that would mean me reading Come With Me's Twitter, and I didn't want to do so.
Oh.
Shit, man. Bruno, I had no idea you had to say that.
So going into the players, it's Player of the Week. We actually have a few mentions. Extinct support player for Orange. I think Orange. Hopefully Orange. Yeah, Orange. A 1.2 death per game in 5 games. Also Ohio, also from Orange, in 5 games. 1.6 death per game, so very good at not dying.
Wait, Bruno, how do you die 0.6 times?
Average in 5
Oh.
games. That's an average. Just
It was a joke, you know.
it was slightly believable, so I give you that. Then you have NS from Virtus Pro, averaging 13 assists per game in 7 games, so also doing really well. But the top 2 players of the week are actually Erman with 8.7 kills per game and 604 gold per minute per game, and Korok, which is doing 8.3 kill per game, 575 gold per minute, 607 experience per minute. That puts him at top 2 in those categories, and also the 4th best farmer with 251 CS. So basically, Erman and Korok are the players of the week.
Man and Corp.
Yes.
Boom.
Fantastic.
All right. That's
And
it.
that's stats.
But before we get into other more important topics, maybe we should talk. The DreamHack Dota 2 groups just got released.
Oh, great! I love that.
And
And
that's the last
group-
thing for the show as well, because and there's nothing else after this, so this will wrap up the show.
Yeah, because we did.
But yeah, it looks like Group of D is the group of death in my
Group
mind.
D death.
Maybe,
Happens.
yeah.
Well,
I
poor
mean-
BYOC number 2.
Yeah, PYC number 2.
so we have it here.
So let's remember, Group A and B will be on Friday. Group C and D will be Group A and B will be on Saturday, and Group C and D. You need to scroll a little bit more.
Yeah,
That's great. C and D will be on Sunday. So for Group C and D, we have the BYOC that probably makes them less interesting than the other teams, than the other groups. But also you have Natchez Venture, Navi in one of the teams, and you have Alliance on the other one. And of course, Group D with Alliance, Fnatic, and all DD Dota, now Quantic Gaming, will be one to watch. Group C, we have Navi, we have XAL, which is now called Flipside,
Oh,
and we
okay.
have EG. So that will be interesting to see as well. And for Group A and B, we have a somewhat more balanced. Mousepro and Team Liquid probably favorite in the first group. Dignitas and Virtus Pro favorite in the second group as well.
Seems like every group you kind of have. I mean, would you say every group you've got clear favorites other than like D is kind of the most up in the air? That's. I mean, it's the biggest
D
name.
is
you'll
clearly
see.
Alliance +1, right?
Yeah.
Somebody said Group D, BYOC number 2, dead or rival. You're looking at fucking group.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it is,
seriously.
it is,
D,
'cause
Dota,
it's
Fnatic
kind of tough.
Alliance.
But it's also going to be the one with the best matches, of course, because you have.
Well, it's
you
the
have
most
to-
exciting because one of like Fnatic or Quantic will probably get eliminated. So, whereas I mean,
Unless Alliance do like they did in EMS
Yeah.
Cup and they just freeze.
Wait, only 2 people get out of a group, right?
yes. Is this round robin? This is round robin, isn't it?
This is round robin. This is, because Hellspawn hates GSL.
Same system as DreamHack.
But that's no
How
longer a
did
valid argument.
CS:GO
That's
get
no
to
longer-
control their tournament format?
Exactly, exactly. It's no longer a valid argument.
Hellspawn.
No, because the community complained on Half-Life TV.
Have you
Oh,
seen
really?
on what?
HLTV.org.
Have you seen what the StarCraft community has said about the coin flips?
Yeah, StarCraft clearly not as important. So there we have it. Hellspawn deciding it all.
Anyway,
Yeah.
the other thing to note here, though, is also the streams. So, I mean, we'll be streaming, I guess we'll be streaming on DreamHack Dota, and then Toby is going to be helping cover too.
Yeah, and
He's not-
also other people like BGL Raw and
Yeah, a ton of different, I mean, it's languages,
There's
right?
a lot of community streamers, yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, so it's really
if people
good.
don't want to watch us, which is perfectly fine, watch what you want.
No, they're
I
going
know,
to
I
have
mean,
different games.
it should
No,
all be
Also,
casting
yeah,
different games.
there'll
if
be
you don't want
different
to
games.
watch us, you have to watch another games.
I mean,
Yeah.
we're obviously be cherry picking the best games
So
for
if you
us.
want Yeah, I mean, that's
Goes
how it
without
always
saying.
That's
goes,
how it
right?
works.
So-
Yeah.
We're assholes.
But if you're rooting for a BYOC team, you can probably watch Toby. Because
All right, there you have it.
No, well, in the group stages, there's 2 matches.
But there's
at the
only-
same time,
I'm kinda
so the
surprised.
BYOC matches will be for the stream that's not the official one.
No,
That's
well,
how that's how it was in winter, at least. Everyone
Well,
knew.
but there's so many games going simultaneously. Like, are all these groups
no,
played
no,
simultaneously?
no. It's just Group A first. and
Only one
B.
group at a time.
Yeah, just the two.
So
matches.
there's two games at a time, basically.
Yeah.
So Toby would probably cover what we're not covering from the group.
Well,
So, I mean,
everybody,
That's
on the,
pretty much
everybody on the community will be just jumping where they want to be.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure like there will be more than just us casting.
and I
the
mean,
game
like,
in
if
English, right?
Mouse is
What?
Well,
no, in different languages, yes, they will be able to
Yeah.
cast whatever. But I think that for each language, you
you don't
DreamHack only wants
cast the
one
games,
stream
yeah.
per language per game.
Yes.
Per language.
And it's going to come down to you guys, the hosts, to make sure that everybody knows where the matches will be played and where they
Oh,
can
is that
watch
what I'm
them.
doing?
No,
It is, actually.
that's
Yeah.
that's not.
Phew, push, all right. Well, guys,
Wait, when you can the poll.
yes.
Well-
no, you can end the poll now. You can end the
Yeah,
poll if you
I'm
like.
the least best
But-
wars on this show.
We're going to go ahead and wrap up the show. So, Trance, thank you for producing tonight. Bruno, thank you for your invaluable information.
Here it comes.
Dota 2, the lot. Mike, as always, a pleasure. James,
Yep.
good job.
Ah.
And all of you out there
It wasn't a pleasure.
for
No,
voting
this is a ple-
me the best
Make it a pleasure.
man on the show. You're all badasses. Thank you. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Because this poll,
You believe that, don't
That's-
you?
this poll is just like, of course I believe it. I'm clearly the best. Because you have it right there.
Far, like,
548 say that I am the best compared to your measly 94, James. You aren't even on the map. You're
James,
just
you
nowhere.
suck.
Look at that
You're-
shit. I mean, you are second
You're
behind
You're really
me.
bad at being the
Second
best slash worst.
behind me. So, it's all right. The community's decided. The chess decided.
I congratulate you,
awesome.
Semler.
Yes.
Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, I accept defeat. Could have
Take care, everybody.
happened
Have a
to
great
better
night.
guy.
And we'll see you all at DreamHack this weekend. So, till then.